Hey residents, Jacob here. The four iconic monsters set to face off in Godzilla King of the Monsters has filmgoers and Godzilla fans of all sorts ready to get bombarded in kaiju combat. We know that each of these monsters have insane levels of power and durability, something that will come in super handy when they start throwing mitts. While we have an idea who the King of the Monsters may be, that is not the topic for today. What we will be talking about is which one of these monstrous titans would be the deadliest to humanity. Which one's gonna make us the most dead, pretty much. And for this, we are gonna focus on the specific King of the Monsters versions. So let's get to it. Let's get to the tail of the tape. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Mothra, Queen of the Monsters. Rodan, the one born of fire. King Ghidorah, the devil with 3 heads. We see how these monsters line up with one another. Now let's break down each monster more closely to see what sort of destructive powers they are capable of. Starting off with the G-Man, you already know what sort of threat he brings towards humanity. Practically unstoppable, Godzilla possesses a massive threat towards the lives of us humans. However, he is not the most deadly when it comes down to pure loss of lives. He may be an unstoppable force, but he is also very slow and a lumbering giant for the most part. When Godzilla sets his course of action, it's almost methodically paced in order for him to keep his endurance up. Godzilla may look like a bodybuilder, but he definitely prefers to operate more like a long-distance runner, taking his time moving from one place to another, saving his real power and speed for combat with the other titans. Godzilla can destroy an entire city all by himself, but it would take at least a full day's worth of time to do so. That may sound fast, but in the world of 400-foot tall monsters, it's not all that bad. Godzilla's destruction would probably never stop if he wanted it that way, but in the end, us humans would more than likely be able to avoid his destruction if we were warned a good bit ahead of the time. Godzilla's destructive capabilities do go up, however, when you consider the populated urban areas and cities that are located on the water. We already seen what this means for any people unlucky enough to be near the coast. But since not every city is located on the ocean side, we can't give Godzilla the crown for the most deadly titan. Mothra. The details for legendary Mothra have been the most secret out of all the titans for the upcoming movie, and no one's quite sure why. This could very well be due to Mothra not being any sort of threat to humanity. That's why they keep choosing to go with clips of Rodan and Ghidorah more often. People want to see the action, not the beauty, at least for marketing material. Mothra has giant wings that can probably make some hella strong winds, but potentially not in the way that it would take to destroy entire buildings with a single flap. Mothra is a good guy, or a lady, sorry Mothra. The queen would never attack humans unless provoked, so it's just not in her design to have powers that can wipe out entire locations, as far as we know. What she can do though, is blind the hell out of you with her god rays. This super bright bioluminescence ability generated from her wings could definitely make you lose your vision, which wouldn't be good, but at least you would still have your life. So for that reason, plus the fact that Mothra is always a protector of humans, keeps her from the top of the list. Rodan. Rodan's been kind of a sidekick character, but I've always had a soft spot for him. In a lot of ways, he's more powerful than Godzilla. He's like the winged A-bomb. I think we've done him justice. These are the words from Godzilla King of the Monsters director Michael Daughtry, when speaking about the flying magma monster. Godzilla personifies the power of an atom bomb, and Rodan shares this trait, but with also the ability to fly at speeds greater than sound. You can see why that already makes Rodan a much greater threat to the humans in the Monsterverse. He has the ability to level an entire major city in a matter of a few minutes, due to his massive wings that are capable of producing shockwaves strong enough to launch you dozens of meters through the air and crumble entire buildings. And this isn't even including what happens when Rodan just simply glides past a packed city. Humans are sent hurling through the air, roofs are ripped off the houses with ease, and anything not secured to the ground is gonna be sent for one hell of a ride. Rodan literally has the power of the strongest hurricane ever, combined with the destructive force of a nuclear weapon. And on top of all that, Rodan can get to any location on the planet very quickly. His supersonic speeds allow him to blow past fighter jets with ease, so what do you think you could do? You wouldn't have any time to escape or get out of the way. As soon as you hear the news that Rodan is approaching, the giant winged monster would already be on top of you, making your world a living hell. And once Rodan has killed pretty much everyone from just the power of his wings, he also possesses the ability to shoot fireballs from his mouth and send searing hot embers and ash all around as he simply moves by anything. The effects of a Rodan attack would maybe play out like the ancient story of Pompeii, in which the volcano Mount Vesuvius buried the Roman city under a carpet of volcanic ash. One witness wrote, "The dust poured across the land like a flood and shrouded the city in a darkness like the black of a closed and unlit room." 2,000 people died, and the city was abandoned for about that long as well. It wasn't until the 18th century until it was rediscovered. But does this make Rodan the most deadly of all? There is still one monster left to throw in his claim for the most deadly of all titans. The one and only King Ghidorah. Why wouldn't Ghidorah be the most deadly, right? He literally personifies death in almost every adaptation, and this new one seems to be no different. But once again, this isn't about which monster is the best amongst themselves, but which has the most ability to fuck up our entire species. Just like Rodan, Ghidorah can generate hurricane force winds by using nothing but his wings. And that's just the beginning. Ghidorah's body, when also combined with water vapor in the air, would cause the surrounding areas to increase in heat, creating a storm of epic proportions. Quote, "The stratosphere would be torn open by an otherworldly tempest of thunder and lightning, something the Earth's sky has never seen before." Ghidorah can shoot lightning from the tips of his wings and launch 3 separate super powerful beams of energy towards whatever it is he wants dead. In short, this monster is designed to kill us. So where does this place him on our list of most deadly to our entire species titans? Let's conclude this. Coming in at number 4, we have Mothra. She doesn't want to hurt us and never really had a place in this debate, but ain't she cute? Number 3. So it hurts me to say this, but the G-Man brings home the bronze. He is the king of the monsters and probably the most badass of all the monsters on his own. But as a threat to humanity, Monster vs. Godzilla isn't the top. Now this is where it gets hard. Rodan and Ghidorah are both insanely destructive and can kill millions in no time at all pretty much. But we have to choose a victor, there's no ties here. Number 2. Rodan. Meaning King Ghidorah is the most deadly of all the titans when it comes to us keeping our species alive. Even though Ghidorah is kind of obvious, this still wasn't an easy choice. Many of you residents actually gave your opinion on the matter on a recent community post, so thank you for that. And while Rodan had his fans, Ghidorah really came out on top. In concluding this debate, I have to say that it appears like Rodan can kill the most of us the fastest, blazing from one city to the next, taking vast amount of human lives in quick bursts of crazy winds and intense heat. But over time, maybe a few weeks or months, Ghidorah's power would potentially rip apart Earth's atmosphere and Godzilla knows what else. Literally causing not only all of humanity to probably die off, but possibly all life on Earth itself, making him truly the most powerful and most deadly. Good thing Godzilla's coming for ya, bitch! So I hope you liked today's video, and feel free to chime in down below on this discussion. If you didn't like the video, that's fine, you do you. But to all of you residents and subscribers out there who did like the video, this is my message to you. You rock. Peace out, guys.